The great enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion, the very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses, while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Mateo, report.
The Chaos Forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You are finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
Orders received. Apothecary here. No servant of heresy shall fall my heights.
Yes, Lord? I will do as you ask.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
What is your will? Here to serve.
For the Emperor!
I will do as you ask. What is your
Cleanse
will?
ever vigilant. Kill! Strategic point identified.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721
Venerate the
initiated.
immortal Emperor.
Yes, Lord. As you wish. I shall obey. I await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. I await your instructions. I exist to serve. Yes, most beneficent one.
Consolidating positions for deployed.
I will do as you ask. Your
Direct
instructions.
us to the enemy. What is your order? Ever vigilant.
While the enemies of the Emperor
My
still
knowledge
draw
is at your
breath, there can
disposal.
be no peace.
Awaiting orders. Maintain
There
attack
is no
formation.
such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Marine squad deployed.
Yes, Lord. I shall
The
obey.
battlefield awaits. At your command.
Yes, Lord.
Securing objective.
Initializing
I
build
stand
protocol.
We stand ready.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. What are your needs? What is your order?
Praise the Emperor.
Fear not the Psyker. I stand ready. Fear not the Psyker.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Here to serve. Yes, Lord. With all due haste. Yes, most beneficent one. With all due haste.
Taking heavy fire.
Today the enemy shall know fear. For the Emperor. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
I need you now. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
I follow your commands. What are your needs?
My knowledge is at your disposal. I stand ready.
They are weapons at ready. It is time.
Yes, Lord.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Prevent me to
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
We stand ready. Heresy grows behind us.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Taking haste.
Fear not the Psyker. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Fear not the Psyker.
Prevent me.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Heresy grows. Yes, I for the Emperor. Prevent me. fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Heresy grows from idleness.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Fear not the sight.
What side?
I await your instructions.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
I await your instructions. I shall obey. I await your instructions. You are obeyed.
How can I serve you? Heresy grows. Under fire. What are your needs? The battlefield awaits.
I stand ready. Venerate the immortal Emperor. Through the destruction of our enemies do we earn our
The
salvation.
fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. I shall obey.
Fear not the sight.
Direct us to the enemy. What are your needs?
Fear not the sight. With courage and honor.
I await your instructions. Here to serve.
Heresy grows from idleness.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Faith is our shield. Position secure.
I await your instructions. With all due haste.
My faith is my shield.
Knowledge is power.
Apothecary
Hide
here.
it well.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build
Yes, my lord.
protocol. Here to serve.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Direct me to the injured. We stand ready.
Praise the Emperor.
How can I serve?
An open mind is like a fortress with its
The
gates
fallen shall
unbarred
be
and
forever
unguarded.
remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Do I detect
Yes, my lord.
uncertainty in your purpose?
Fear denies faith. The enemy is attacking. What's your order? For the Emperor.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Fear not the Psycho. None can stand before us. I stand ready.
Awaiting orders. Onward to glory! Maintain attack formation.
I await your instructions. Initializing build protocol. Yes, Lord. I shall obey.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Weapons at ready. It is time. Weapons at ready. It is time.
On alert, brothers.
There is no
The
such
enemy
thing
must
as
be
innocence,
nearby.
only degrees of guilt. An open mind is like a fortress with its
Beware
gates
the
unbarred
alien.
and unguarded.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Apothecary here.
What would you have me do?
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Yes, Lord? With all due haste. Yes, most beneficent one?
I have awoken. Faith is eternal. I will be there soon.
Yes, most beneficent one? I will do as you ask.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
Venerate the
yourself.
immortal Emperor.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. Apothecary here.
Faith is eternal.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath,
The
there will be
battlefield
no
awaits.
peace.
Yes, my lord. Moving
There
out.
is no such thing
I
as
am
innocence,
ready to
Marine
serve.
squad
only
deployed.
degrees of guilt.
To me, my brothers,
Taking damage.
I will purge the unclean. By his word, I have waited long for this day.
On alert, brothers.
The
The
fallen
enemy
shall
must
be
be
forever
nearby.
remembered as the Emperor's finest.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Stand ready. Fear denies faith. Orders received.
At last, back to
This
war.
day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Walk softly and carry a big gun. Confirmed.
Apothecary here. What are your needs? Apothecary here.
Fear not the psycho.
I
There is
follow
no
your
such
commands.
thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
I am the instrument of his will. I have awoken.
Yes, Lord?
Defending objective.
With all due haste. Yes, most beneficent one? Build routine 721 initiated. Yes, Lord? Build routine 721 initiated.
I have awoken. It is better to die
Walk
for the
softly
Emperor than live for
and carry a
yourself.
big gun.
I stand ready.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall. We are the Emperor's chosen.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
I am the instrument of his will. Moving out.
What would you have me do?
I
Moving
am
out.
ready to serve. Again.
Awaiting orders.
I am the instrument of his
Objective
will.
achieved.
Here to
Apothecary
serve.
ready. Apothecary ready.
With all due haste.
Apothecary ready. How can I serve? What are your needs? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. The battlefield awaits. The fallen shall be forever remembered
Venerate
as the
the
Emperor's
immortal
finest.
Emperor.
Here to serve. With all due haste.
Hope is the first step
How
on
can
the
I
road
serve?
to disappointment.
Faith is eternal.
Direct us to the enemy. Objective achieved. Marine squad deployed.
Command me. I will crush those who stand before me.
At your command. Marine squad deployed.
The Emperor protects.
Yes, Lord? I await your instructions. With all due haste.
At your command. Activating jump pack. Weapons at ready. It is time. Maintain attack formation.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Taking damage. How can I serve? Attack! The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. No servant fear the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. Heresy grows from idleness.
I have awoken.
Here to serve.
Faith is eternal. I will purge the unclean. Identifying targets.
At your command. Moving out. Fear our wrath. Death from above.
I have awoken.
Fear our wrath. Orders received, brother. Onward to glory!
Praise the Emperor.
Yes, Lord?
Yes, my lord. What are your needs? The battlefield awaits. We stand ready. Understood.
Yes, most beneficent one?
Death from above. What is your order? We are the Emperor's chosen.
Yes, Lord?
What is your order? Fear our wrath. Weapons at ready.
Here
It
to
is
serve.
time. Fear denies
I am
faith.
the instrument of his will.
At your command. Faith is our shield. At your command. Death from above. To the skies. The enemy is attacking. Faith is our shield. We are the Emperor's chosen.
I am ready to
The
serve.
Emperor protects.
What are your needs? I follow your commands.
I stand ready. Hope is the first step on the
We
road
are
to
the
disappointment.
Emperor's chosen. Direct us to the enemy. Awaiting orders. We stand ready.
At last, maledictum war.
All mankind group!
And it is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Ever vigilant. Direct us to the enemy. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Ever vigilant. At your command. Initiating attack protocol. Ever vigilant.
Even in death I still serve. Moving out. Take me into battle.
Here to serve.
Direct us to the enemy.
Here to serve.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Apothecary here. Awaiting orders. Fear our wrath.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
I follow your commands. What is your order? Ever vigilant. Defending objective is our shield. Orders received, brother. Fear denies faith. Moving out. Maintain attack formation. Moving out. Death from above. At your command. Fear our wrath. Faith is our shield. Heresy grows from idleness. Fear our wrath. Direct us to the enemy. Consolidating position on the objective. Cleanse, purge, kill. Fear denies faith. Faith is our shield. Charge. Faith is our shield. Fear denies faith. Onward to glory!
The outpost is secure, Captain.
The doors to this temple were designed to stop all but the
Yes,
most
Lord.
violent impacts.
Yes, Lord.
To bring them down, we will need the power of hellfires and predators.
Build routine 721 initiated.
What is your order?
We have been
The area
blessed
is
by the
secure.
power of the Land Raiders. Seek the privilege of their service at the machine cult.
At last, back to war. Command me.
Direct us to the enemy. The battlefield awaits.
What is your will?
I am the instrument of his will.
How can I serve? At your command. Activating jump pack.
I await your instructions.
Yes, my lord.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
The Emperor
I
protects.
await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one? Yes, most beneficent one?
Yes, my lord. Maintain attack formation. Stand ready.
What is your will? I await your instructions. Yes, Lord? What is your will?
Taking damage.
What is your will?
Faith is our shield.
I await your instructions. I exist to serve. Initializing build protocol.
Awaiting orders. Direct us to the enemy.
Here to serve. Here to serve. I will do as you ask. I await your instructions. With all due haste.
Objective achieved. Heresy grows from idleness.
Yes, Lord? Build routine 721 initiated.
Ever vigilant. Direct us to the enemy. Onward, yes, my to glory! Fear denies faith. Orders received, brother.
I await your instructions. Here to serve.
Land Raider armored transport here.
I await your instructions.
Land Raider deployed.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Apothecary ready.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Apothecary ready. Faith is our shield. Stay vigilant. Apothecary ready. Maintain attack formation.
Land Raider armored
Apothecary
transport here.
ready.
Yes, most beneficent one. I exist to serve. Here to serve.
The enemy is attacking. Direct us to the enemy. Charge! Attacking as ordered. Awaiting orders. Ever vigilant. Faith is our shield. Fear denies faith. Charge! Awaiting orders. This heresy grows from idleness.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord? Yes, Lord? I await your instructions. I await your instructions. I await your instructions. Yes, Lord.
Apothecary here. Mission accomplished. What are your needs? Yes, my lord. Fear our wrath. Taking heavy fire. Moving out. We are the Emperor's chosen. Ever vigilant. Onward to glory! Moving out. We will crush the enemies of the Imperium.
Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider at your disposal.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Fear denies faith.
Terminator's ready.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Under fire! The battlefield awaits. Taking hits! No servant of the Emperor shall fall in hiding.
Land Raider armored transport here.
The battlefield awaits. Attack!
Land Raider at your disposal.
On alert, brothers. The enemy
Yes,
must be
most
nearby.
beneficent one.
How can I serve? Fear denies faith. Taking damage. Chain attack formation. Awaiting orders. Activating jump pad. Preparing to place burn. Ever vigilant. Maintain attack formation. What's your order? Target their vehicle. We stand ready. This heresy grows from idleness. Weapons at ready. It is time. Heresy grows from idleness.
Land Raider armored transport
What are your
here.
needs?
Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider at your disposal.
The Emperor's chosen. Faith is our shield. Cleanse. Faith is our shield. Kill. Faith is our shield. Weapons at ready. Faith is our shield. Orders received. Orders received. Taking damage. Engaging the enemy. We stand ready.
Consolidating position on the objective.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing
How can I position
build
secure?
protocol.
Land Raider armored transport here. Approaching target. Land Raider at your disposal. Approaching target. Land Raider at your disposal.
The battlefield awaits. The enemy is attacking. Direct us to the enemy. For the glory of the Imperium, faith is our shield. Preparing to make direct us to the enemy. Target their vehicle. We are the Emperor's chosen. For the glory of the Imperium. Direct us to the enemy. Orders received. Maintain Maintain attack formation. Weapons at ready. It is time. What is your order? Orders received, brother. Awaiting orders.
Land Raider at your disposal. Death has arrived. Land Raider armored
The
transport
fallen
here.
shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yes, Lord?
On alert, brothers.
Yes,
The enemy
most
must be
beneficent
nearby.
One?
Fear denied. Fear denied. We stand ready.
Land Raider at your disposal.
How can I serve?
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates
Here to
unbarred and
serve.
unguarded.
I await your
He who
instructions.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Apothecary here.
Land Raider at your disposal.
What would you have me do?
Capture. What's your order? Heresy grows from idleness. Understood. At your command. How can I serve? I follow your commands.
Land Raider at your disposal.
The enemy is attacking! Awaiting orders. Attacking as ordered. Cleanse, purge, kill! What is your order? Position secure. Onward to glory! Orders received, brother. What is your order? Stay vigilant. How can I serve?
Land Raider at your disposal.
How can I serve?
Here to serve.
The enemy is
Build
attacking!
routine 71
What's your order?
initiated.
I'm never vigilant. Maintain attack formation. At your command. Defend your objective. Never vigilant. Orders received. Maintain attack formation. We are the Emperor's chosen. Orders received, brother. Awaiting
Land Raider
orders.
deployed.
Maintain attack
Land Raider
formation.
deployed. Land Raider at your disposal.
Yes, most beneficent one? I will do
Taking
as
damage.
you ask.
Land Raider at your disposal.
What are your needs?
Hope is the first step.
broken.
The
to
Emperor
disappointment.
protects.
Yes, my lord. Heresy glory rise. At your command. Awaiting orders. Stay vigilant, brothers. Stay vigilant, brothers. Maintain attack formation. Moving out.
Terminator's ready. Deploy the
The
high enemy
battlefield
line.
awaits. Who requires my aid? What is your order?
Land Raider at your disposal.
The Emperor protects.
I await your instructions.
Under fire! What's your order? Stay vigilant, brothers. Heresy grows from idleness. Direct us to the enemy. Onward to glory! Apothecary here.
Land Raider armored
There is no
transport here.
such thing as
Here to
innocence,
serve.
only degrees of guilt.
Yes, Lord?
Fear not the psyche.
What would you have me
The
do?
enemy is attacking! Yes, my lord. Fear our wrath. Fear denies faith. Onward to glory!
Yes, most
Hope
beneficent
is the
one.
first step on the road to
Land Raider
disappointment.
at your disposal.
Taking
Land
hits!
Raider at your disposal.
The battlefield awaits.
Venerate the
My
immortal.
faith is my shield.
I shall obey instructions.
Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider armored transport here.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
The Emperor protects. I serve mankind.
We stand ready. Stay vigilant, brothers. Cleanse, purge. We are the Emperor's chosen. Heresy grows from idleness.
Land Raider armored
How can I
transport here.
serve? What are your needs? Embark. What are your needs? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's
Land
finest.
Raider armored transport here. Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider armored transport here.
No servant of the Emperor shall
Land
fall.
Raider at your disposal. Approaching
How
target.
can I serve? Embark.
Land Raider armored
What
transport
are your
here.
needs?
Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider armored transport here. The machine spirit is
At
prepared.
your command. Under fire. Onward to glory.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Apothecary here. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Land Raider armored transport
Apothecary
here.
here. No servant of the Emperor shall
Land Raider
fall.
at your disposal. The machine spirit shall protect us. Land Raider at your disposal. Approaching target.
We stand ready. Stay vigilant, brothers. At your command. Faith is our shield. Understood. Awaiting orders.
Land Raider armored transport here.
I stand ready. Through discipline, we manage is at your disposal.
The Emperor protects.
Land Raider armored transport here.
The battlefield awaits. I follow your commands. Taking hits. We stand ready. Onward to glory! The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. I follow your commands. The fallen shall be
Knowledge is
forever
power.
remembered as the
I did
Emperor's
well.
finest. Apothecary here.
Land Raider at your disposal. An easy objective. Land Raider at your
How can I
disposal.
serve? At your command. Moving out. For the Emperor! Jump back. Faith is our shield. The enemy is attacking. Heresy grows like this.
Land Raider armored transport here.
The battlefield awaits.
Land Raider at your disposal.
The fallen shall be
Walk
forever
softly.
remembered as the
Carry a
Emperor's
big
finest.
gun.
His will be done. Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider armored
How
transport
can I
here.
serve? Heresy grows from idleness. Cleanse, purge, kill!
Here to serve.
Land Raider armored
It's
transport
already
here.
positioned on the objective.
Yes, Lord. As you wish.
Land Raider armored transport here.
The Emperor
Land
protects.
Raider armored transport
Knowledge
here.
is power. Hide it well.
Yes,
For
Lord.
the Emperor!
Taking hits!
Build routine
Apothecary here.
721 initiated.
Land Raider armored transport here. Moving out.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Apothecary here. As ordered. The battlefield awaits.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Yes, Lord.
What are your needs?
Land Raider armored transport here.
Ever vigilant.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Ever vigilant. Direct us to the enemy.
Land Raider armored transport
Yes,
here.
my lord.
Land Raider
Position
armored
secure.
transport here.
Awaiting orders.
Land Raider armored transport here. Moving out.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Land Raider armored transport here. The machine spirit shall protect us.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Taking hits.
I serve.
What are your needs?
I stand ready.
I speak his word.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Land Raider armored transport here.
What would you have?
What are your needs?
It's the first step in the ages. At once, at your command, I can sense
Today the enemy shall know
they
fear.
are close.
Land Raider at your disposal. The machine spirit is prepared.
The fallen shall be forever remembered
Land
as the
Raider armored
Emperor's
transport
finest.
here. As you command. As you command.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Land Raider at your disposal.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider at your disposal.
How can I serve? The battlefield awaits. Taking any fire.
Land Raider at your disposal.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Swap around restored.
We stand ready. Orders received.
Land Raider armored transport here.
The battlefield awaits. Direct me to the injured. How can I serve?
Yes, most
There is
beneficent
no
one.
such thing as innocence.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, most beneficent one.
The fallen shall be forever remembered
I
as the
stand
Emperor's
ready.
finest. Direct me to the injured.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. I shall not fail.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Faith is our shield. Moving out. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Any fire!
The Emperor protects.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. How can I serve? What are your needs?
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Land Raider at your disposal.
What is your order? Yes, my lord. The fallen shall be forever remembered
Venerate
as
the
the
immortal
Emperor's
Emperor.
finest.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
What's your order? Preparing to face target. To the rally point! Direct us to the enemy.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Fall back and regroup! can I serve? How can I serve?
Venerate the
While
immortal
the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be peace.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Land Raiders at your disposal.
The battlefield awaits. No servant of the Emperor shall fall behind. What are your needs? The enemy is attacking.
Praise the Emperor. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Apothecary here.
Returning to battle.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Praise the Emperor. The Emperor protects.
There is no such thing as innocence.
The battlefield awaits.
Objective log.
Prevent me to be injured. No servant of the Emperor shall fall behind. The fallen shall be forever remembered.
Today the enemy shall be fear. The Emperor protects. For the glory of the Emperor. Follow my lead. Walk softly.
Apothecary here.
Follow my lead. I serve
Every
mankind.
mind is like a fortress
Today
with
the
its
enemy
gates
shall know
unbarred
fear.
and unguarded.
Land Raider armored transport here.
What are your needs?
On alert, brothers.
Under
The enemy
fire.
must be nearby. We shall know no fear.
Yes, Lord? Yes, Lord. I exist to serve.
The battlefield
Walk
awaits.
softly. Carry a big gun. Follow my lead.
The fallen shall be
There is
forever
no such
remembered
thing
as
as
the
innocence.
Emperor's finest.
Only degrees of guilt.
The Emperor protects.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Here to serve. I will do as you ask.
Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider at your disposal.
Today the enemy shall know
Apothecary
fear.
here.
Yes, Lord.
Apothecary ready.
Build routine 721 initiated.
What are your needs? Direct me to the injured.
Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider armored transport here.
How can I serve?
The Emperor protects.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Yes, none shall stand in our path. We seek the enemy.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Apothecary here.
Land Raider at your disposal.
What are your needs? I follow your commands. The battlefield awaits. Direct me to the
Land
injured.
Raider at your disposal. It will be done. Land Raider armored transport here. The machine
The
spirit is
battlefield
prepared.
awaits.
Beware the alien.
Land Raider at your disposal.
By my command.
Land Raider armored transport here. We will destroy the enemy. Land Raider armored transport here.
For the Emperor. Agreed. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
How can I serve? The battlefield awaits. No servant of the Emperor shall fall.
Land Raider at your disposal.
What would you have? An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unlocked.
My faith is my shield.
What are your needs?
Land Raider at your disposal.
I await your instructions. Yes,
Terminate
most
ready.
beneficent one.
Knowledge is
Taking
power.
base.
Beware
Might
the
is
alien.
will.
The mutant.
Land Raider deployed. Land Raider armored approaching target. Moving out. Moving out.
Mission accomplished. Your command. We seek the
My
enemy.
knowledge is at your
How
disposal.
can I serve?
Land Raider armored transport here.
What are your needs? I follow your commands.
Land Raider at your disposal.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Land Raider armored transport here. Moving out. Land Raider armored transport here.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Your will. By his glorious name.
The Emperor protects.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Under
He
fire!
who stands with me shall be my brother. The doors are broken. With haste.
An open mind
Stop
is
them
like a
before they can
fortress with
finish.
its gates
Sir,
unbarred.
Beware
the
the
Imperial
Guard.
Guard have arrived.
Victory is ours. Wait, why did they not attack? What betrayal is this? Space Marines, cleanse these heretics.
no evil! The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
By his glorious name.
He who stands with me shall be my
Enemy is attacking!
Venerate the immortal.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
What are your needs?
Fear not, son.
The battlefield awaits.
Land Raider armored transport here.
What are your needs?
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne, and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men.
Better they die, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the warp storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived.
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary, a key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone called the maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hid the markers and buried the maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence, and we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the warp storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the maledictum.
They are weak, terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking. But they mean to destroy it, those small-minded fools. Think
It is all yours for the taking. The maledictum is mine.